It needs to be taken behind the barn and shot in the back of the head. In my hand, baby, in my hand. How do you like my hands? Blue hand group. The blue hand group. After that. Hi. Welcome back to Soup to Nuts. On today's video, I'm going to be fixing a steering problem on the 350Z twin turbo. Stay tuned. You are tuned in to Ryan Campbell, Soup to Nuts. Alright, welcome back to the channel where every nut's a little soupy and every soup's a little nutty. Shut up, Siri, I'm gonna fucking put a boot in your ass! She doesn't listen. She's gonna catch a fresh one pretty soon. So I had an issue with the 350Z twin turbo. It's on the road. Got the body kit on. Like, everything's good. I took it on a drive a couple days ago, and there was a bit of a steering issue. It was like there was a lot of play in the steering wheel. So I'll show you the steering wheel, and I already figured out what the problem is. And so I'll show you the problem, and then I'll get cracking on trying to get this problem straightened out. Here is the steering wheel problem. You see, there's a lot of play in it. The wheels are not moving at all right now. They're not turning at all. And there's this much play. And when you're going 70 miles an hour and you hit a bump or a little pothole or something in the road, and it kind of pulls you one way or the other, it kind of feels like you're floating around a little bit. It's not exactly the best feeling in the world, especially, you know, with a car that has 600 horsepower. Doesn't make you feel great in the crotch region. I'll show you the wheels not moving while I'm shaking the steering wheel, so you know I'm not bullshitting you. See, the wheel's not moving at all. You could probably hear, if the mic's picking it up, you could kind of hear the steering wheel of me shaking it. So, what the issue is, I'll insert, I actually did a little footage on my cell phone. That I used that to figure out what the problem was. So I'll insert that right now. I know it wasn't the greatest footage, but you can kind of see what the problem is. It's the universal joint right at the end of the steering shaft, where basically where the steering shaft that comes from the steering wheel connects into the steering rack. So for whatever reason, there's a lot of play in that, and it's not really moving right. So I'm going to take it off, and then probably have to get a new one. I don't know if they'll rebuild the bowl, whatever the case is, but I'll take it off. I'll get under the car, take it off, and then I'll try to show you with the camera when I get under there. I'll try to show you. I can't be under there filming and shake the steering wheel at the same time, but I'll at least show you and point out where exactly the problem is. And then I'll take it off, and then I'll show you the play once I actually have the part in my hand. In my hand, baby, in my hand! I'm going to use this light for a pointer. Here, this long thing, that's the steering shaft that's coming from the steering wheel. And then this piece here, this whole like shinier black piece here, that's the universal coupling. So where the blue thing starts, that's like the beginning of the steering rack. That's where it plugs into the steering rack. So I don't think I can hold my camera and turn the try to turn the shaft at the same time. So basically, that's the problem. The shiny black piece. So I'm gonna take it off, and then I can give you a better view of what the problem is and what's going on. Thank you. This part is the problem. So this is the part I already pointed out. So the steering shaft comes down into here. And then right here is where it plugs into the steering rack. So the steering rack's like kind of like this, and it just plugs into it. And this is definitely a problem. Which side was it? This side. Alright. Trying to give you the best view I can. You see that side-to-side movement? It shouldn't be like that at all. Right in here, like right in there. I'm freaking trying to, camera's on a tripod and I'm trying to do this like from the side of the camera. Oh, sorry! Sorry. Alright, so like right in there should be like a round like seal or washer or whatever it's called. Like you can see like on this side, kind of like, you know, right there. You can see it has like a seal or a washer or bushing. Maybe, I guess bushing might be the best term, I guess. So that side has it. This side doesn't. See, it's not there. So that's why I'm getting this play and this side-to-side movement. That's a good view for you. Yeah, that's a good view. I shouldn't be getting that. I'll show you what it's like here on this side. They barely, tiny. This is probably even slightly loose, but this wouldn't really be a problem. But this is probably even slightly worn. This is insane. That is just way too much movement. It just creates crazy slop in the steering, and it really doesn't give you confidence while you're driving. You feel like you don't have total control over the car, which is not good. I gotta find another one. This is not the factory one. The factory one, it kind of has like a clamp style, the way it goes onto the spline. So there's like kind of like a cutout here, and then like there's like two little tabs that come off of it. There's like two little tabs that come off here. It doesn't have like a set screw like this. Like two little tabs come off. One side has like a welded on nut, and the other side you put a bolt through. And so basically, you know, you tighten the bolt and it kind of clamps down onto the rod. Problem is, there's no clearance for that because, you know, it sticks off, I don't know, 3/8 of an inch, half an inch maybe. And the turbo is within like a 1/4 inch. Like when it spins, like it's within a 1/4 inch of hitting the turbo. So that won't work. I don't know what this came off of, where they got this. I did find a place online that specializes in like custom steering setups. So I'm going to try to check them out. So I'm going to do a bunch of measurements, count the splines here. And hopefully they have this and I could order it and get a new one. Or maybe they could even rebuild it. I would guess it might be rebuildable. So that's the next step. The next thing you'll see on the video is when hopefully I have the part straightened out and I'm getting ready to put it back into the car, and I'll show you the part, either this rebuilt or a new one. We'll see what happens. How do you like my hands? Blue hand group! The blue hand group! Back in action, bitches! So, got the new piece for the steering, the new universal joint. So this is the old sloppy one that needs to be taken behind the barn and shot in the back of the head. And this is the new baby that has a nice, beautiful life ahead of it. So this is actually very difficult to find. There's like I called like 10 places, finally found this place. They are called Sweet Manufacturing. They make a bunch of custom steering components, like steering columns and universal joints. I think they might even make steering racks. I don't know their full list, but they make a lot of custom stuff. A lot of like muscle cars and classic car stuff. This was kind of a pain to find because the import JDM stuff is apparently slightly different sizes, and like spline count and diameter here is a little bit different than a lot of the other stuff. And I did find one that was like the right spline count and the right diameter, but it was too short. It was like it was like 3/4 of an inch too short, or half an inch, something like that. But it would have caused a problem. So finally found this guy. So it seems to fit. I'm gonna toss it in. I think the hardest part is probably gonna be making sure that I line it up perfectly, because I want everything to line up, you know, the same as I took it off, so I don't have a crooked steering wheel or anything stupid. I'm gonna pop this in, and then I'll show you underneath after I pop it in what I did and what's to be done and what's next, and such is life. Here we go.
Hi ho, under the car I go.
Alright, so got it all done. I didn't test drive it or anything yet. But other than that, I did turn the steering wheel around, like just sitting up on the jacks, and it worked okay. Let's get under. And I'll show you what I did. It was a bitch. There's the steering shaft coming down from inside the car. There is the universal. There's the universal joint that I showed you, and you can see it's into the rack. But getting it all in line was a real fun process. But everything's nice and tight now, and there's no play in the wheel. I'll go show you in a second. Gotta get my head back above water to do that for you. Sorry for the annoying beeping, but I got the door open here, and I have the key in there so I can turn the steering wheel. So there's really minimal play in the steering wheel. If I go like that, you can see. I know it's probably hard because the camera is moving with me, but I don't know how well this is coming out on camera, but it's pretty much the way it should be from the factory as far as very minimal play. It doesn't have the slop that it had before. It feels stiffer, feels a lot better. Hopefully it drives okay. Driving test will show that, but I still have to wait. Shut up. But I still have to wait. I'm not getting under there to show you. I have to fix the exhaust. The exhaust isn't centered like in that little cutout. So I'm having the welder extend the exhaust hanger up underneath, you know, that the little rubber piece goes on. There's one, there's two. So I'm having them extend it so that way the exhaust will shift over a little bit. So I'm still waiting on that. I'm not going to jack it down without that, and it's just being held up by like a little strap right now, but so I can't test drive it until I take care of that. And I'm contemplating doing an oil change up on the jack stands. It's kind of premature, honestly. Only really have a couple 100 miles on it since, less than that, probably. I didn't even look, but probably like 100 miles or less since the dyno. But I went through a dyno, all that. I don't know what I'm going to do. But, yeah, just got to wait on that. Steering's all taken care of. Obviously got to clean up. That should just bolt up pretty damn quickly. It's pretty easy to work under those spots. The hanger, one hanger was slightly rusted, so I am going to pour 15 before I put that up. I'll just do that off camera. This is going to be another video anyway, so you'll see that later. This video is probably going to be first, I'm guessing, because it's the first thing done. Yes, got all that crap done. That was a real pain getting everything lined up properly as far as the everything being the right distance apart. I honestly could have used that universal joint if it was like a slightly longer. It would have helped me make it slightly easier, but everything's in there. It's in there secure. I just had to do a lot of like in the car, under a car, in the car, under the car type of crap. If I had somebody helping me, that would have been helpful. I mean, help is helpful. That's pretty much the definition. At least Webster's told me that. That's done. Exhaust thing coming next that I just told you about. I don't know what's coming next after that, honestly, video-wise. Might, after that, start painting this garage. And I'm going to make the workbench a little bit bigger and kind of reorganize it and make the garage more functional and also better looking for you, so you got a better view when you're looking at a stupid idiot. It's nice to have something good to look at, you know? So that's coming up shortly. Please stay tuned. Damn it, please give me a like. I appreciate it so very much. No, seriously, I appreciate it. Stay tuned for more crazy crap. I'm going to be really making a really cool video with this car coming up very shortly, kind of like a debut overview of the car. I'm going to do, you know, some kind of few cool things video-wise, and I'm going to try to make it epic. It's going to be pretty cool, though. Like, I really haven't done a lot of video and driving. Obviously, I didn't drive it much yet. Not too much revving. I haven't done, like, a lot of that, so it's a cool video coming up like that. And then a bunch of cool videos coming up after that.
So please stay tuned. I gotta go take my meds now. And don't forget, drive fast, take chances.